You want to do this one next? If so, let's get everything away and let's back it up a couple inches. And it'll be right there tall enough to fill up the block. What? Could even put this one under the back. Yeah, this has been about a year process to get this thing running good. Excited to get these goals on and do some plowing. Let's get the bottom in front first. Start kicking the bottom in. Get the bottom in. This is really interesting. If you do this the right method, it's really easy. If you're fighting yourself, it's pretty difficult. We need to get the heights of the blocks a little better so we're not sitting here fighting everything. I think this one side might be a little low. For all you guys out here have done, I think it needs to get raised up a little bit. Alright, he's going to start the tractor and roll it back a little bit. I think. This John Deere is really touchy. I don't think he's done this before. I've done this a few times, so I'm kind of just letting him lead, see what happens. I appreciate all you guys watching. If you guys can like and subscribe, it helps my channel out. I'm trying to build this thing, help the family farm grow. I wish I was a pretty girl. I'd already have a big channel. On farming, it takes a lot of trust with your brothers and dad not to kill your ass. Just one little hit of this and I can take care of all my problems. Whoa! My chain does not look good. I think the tractor needs to be raised up a little bit on a block. I think we need to raise the tractor up a little bit. Go ahead, back up a little bit. I think he's gonna start this bad boy up. You see there's a block underneath there, and it looked like it rolled off it a little bit, so you need to get it at the right point. That side's a little tall, this side's a little short. Please show model number 5075E. That should be good now. You see it raise her up a little bit. This is our biggest tractor here. Really like this thing. We spent a lot of money getting her going. This is my grandpa's 8640. We had to sell it when he died at an auction sale. 1 year later, or 10 years later, I randomly found it sitting in someone's fence line, and it took us a year and lots of money to get this thing back going just because it was grandpa's. It'd probably been better for us to just go get something else, but I wouldn't mind keeping all of grandpa's fire in. Wouldn't mind keeping all of grandpa's tractors around. Can we lift it up a little bit? Need to put some tension on it. There we go. There we go. I need to put tension on it though. Yeah, farming takes a lot of trust. So anyways, we found this. I was looking at a 80 acre field, and this guy said, hey, I got a couple tractors that I bought and I don't use. They're sitting on a fence line. You want to look at them and buy them? I said, yeah, let me look at them. I look at them and I instantly recognize they're my grandpa's tractors. It's this one in a case 1370, a 1976. So we spent a bunch of money and effort, and we got both grandpa's tractors going, and now they're our workhorses. We use this thing a lot because we do a lot of organic farming, and organic farming takes a lot of horsepower because you're doing old school plowing like it's 1960 again. You know, a lot of people, they just no-till, they just spray, they don't need a deep plow. We're deep plowing a lot, so it takes a lot of extra horsies. So we have a nice 7-bottom IH plow that we put on this thing. I'll post a lot of videos of it ripping when we get her going. It's on the ground. Want to use a couple crowbars and kick the bottom in? That one's lined up right here. Well, that's two. This thing looks a lot meaner now. You wouldn't believe how good this thing grips. I'm used to 150 horsepower, 2-wheel drive John Deere, so when you get in this thing, it's a different ball game. We have nothing on the farm that can stall this thing out, bog it down. This thing will just, you can bring it right down to an idle and it won't even stall her out. Did you spit on it?
Shake it or do something. Yeah.
What?
Shake it.
Shake it? thing's powerful, and it sucked it right in there. These Milwaukee guns, if you guys are out there and don't have one, go buy one. This thing saved the world. And see, these are really easy to put on. You just put it on. This is complicated. You just put all these wedges in here. So you just put all these wedges in here and put it on straight. And then you tighten certain bolts, and it tightens down. It's pretty tricky. I've only done it once. This is Goose the farm dog. He's a German short-haired pointer, pheasant dog. He's named after one of my buddies in the Marines that got killed in Afghanistan. His name was Goose. So it's not from Maverick, any of you asking. What do you think, Goosey? This is my brother Mile or More. They call him Mile or More because you hear him coming from a mile or more. Yeah, this thing's pushing about 280 horse, I'd say. This has a 8650 motor in it, the next series. This is like the second or third motor in this thing. When we bought this thing from a guy, I think he was kind of a shyster, and he actually had the head welded on. So we had to fix all that. When I found this in the field from the guy that bought it off my grandpa, it was sitting for 8 years, and we popped open reservoir, and it was completely full of water, the whole thing. And if you look down in this is the rear end housing, and they snapped gears right off of there. So you could actually drive the thing in like A, B, and C, but if it got in D, it wouldn't work. But we got all this fixed. This all works now. PTO, the 3-point works, which is good for plows. We got all new transmission in here, clutch assembly, I think new brakes. The hood on this thing hasn't been on in a year because we keep working on it. Oh, another thing we did was it had a really bad tick from exhaust manifold leak, and these exhaust manifolds are the biggest pain in the ass to take off. It's behind the intercooler here, and they're all a bunch of recessed bolts that you can't get to. I bet we spent a week, literally a week, taking that apart. And see, there's the exhaust manifold, and there's like 10 different random bolts in there that are real weird. So you want these things to ride as straight as possible. We do a lot of road driving because we have like 40 fields all around the area. How do you know it's fully torqued? We don't. We just guess, like everything else in life. Come on, man, we're not gonna get no torque specs on this thing. If she falls off and kills someone, that's the way it goes. You ready to get another one? You're gonna have to start it and put it up on blocks again. I'd say use a 4x4 like this guy, and that one in the front. So you need to elevate it just a little bit, so you're not fighting it.
Well, that 4 ain't tall enough, so I was just fighting.
So you want to back off it, and I'll throw the boards under. This guy don't know how to drive something with that much power. Thing runs pretty good now. We do real precise stuff around here. This is all by the book. This is how John Deere would do it, I tell you. There, we're getting a new tire, another tire, and try her out. It's so beautiful out here. We're so used to misery. It was like 20 degrees a few days ago. It's like 58 and sunny. It's almost too easy working in this crap. It's almost too easy working in this temperature, huh? Look at which way, which side. The back side? Dad just bought this B10 work truck. Thing's a piece of crap. We're selling that C10er tomorrow. Look at, there's a 4255 going like other grandpa's John Deere. But this is, gotta go slow, you're gonna kill somebody. Yeah, these things are, the grips on them are pretty wore out, but it really doesn't affect it much because we're not really dogging on it. If you had a really big piece of equipment that you had to pull, you probably want all the traction. But this is more basically for floating, almost. The outside ones grip a lot more. These outside ones might be the original ones from when this thing were bought. What people usually do is they put the inside ones on the outside and buy new ones for the inside. That looks real low, don't it? You have to get the bottom in a little more. Get the bottom in a little more. If you get those at the exact right height, you can really maneuver it easy. See, these tires are made to go in a certain direction. So we actually put one on the wrong side earlier until you realize the arrow and the track, you know, it just takes little things. You gotta pay attention. Get on the other side. Pretty close there. What?
Not high enough again.
Okay. It's kind of leaning. Kind of leaning on this side, probably why. Yeah, old tractors are the best. It's also the only thing we can afford.
Hold on.
I seen online the best way to do this is put a strap underneath there with two guys. It works good. Think it's gonna be able to pull her in? Need the other bar. Oh. Wiggle on it. Push it. Alright, I'm going to try pushing the tire now without popping it. If I pop the tire, don't laugh at me. I've only done this a few times. I'm scared. Get the forks out of the way so you don't take somebody's eye out. Remember that, kids. Yeah, that's a nice tractor. We use it a lot for hay. This was our biggest loader tractor for many years on the farm. And it's two-wheel drive, so it kind of sucks. Once you get a little weight on there, it really loses the back end and starts slipping. We bought this from our relatives in Iowa. That's an old Case IH, and it has a little extra horsies and a little extra weight because it's front wheel assist. It really helps on loading stuff. We built this last year. We've always wanted one of these. This is really good for loading the fertilizer carts and the seed tenders. With those big bags, you can actually get up over top of it. Yeah, this thing's starting to look like a tractor. You gonna pull her in there and push it again? What the heck happened to that? Goose the farm dog. Goosey, have you been pooping everywhere? If you guys want to get more videos like this, I post almost every day. If you guys want to subscribe, we're a building farm. We started off with little acres a few years ago and we're really building. My dad's actually at a meeting right now to get another about 130 acres locked down, luckily. Real nice fields right down the road. So you guys want to follow our journey? Would appreciate it. You gotta spit on it. I don't know how many of you have been inside of an 8640 before. This is a 1982, I believe. It's very basic horsepower. Last year this handle broke and got locked out of the tractor to take this whole window off, actually. Let's see here. So how you shift it, it's A, B, C, D. So you come over, put it in that slot, then you bring it up here and you put it in 1, 2, 3, 4 or reverse. And from here to here you can just slap it, slap you pick, you know, without hitting the clutch. From here to here. If you go across the street, you don't need a clutch. If you go up the street, you need to use the clutch. Write that down. 2 remotes. Pretty nice though. This is our air conditioning. I think I spent about 10K getting this thing working. Took a lot of work to get that. A lot of coolant. We got her. This is a solid tractor. This whole thing just made out of steel. This was you know, this is how John Deere counteracted the big buds. That don't sound good. Need another battery.
Dead battery.
I'll grab it. And it's our new work truck. What? It's our new work truck we got. 4-wheel drive, V10. These Milwaukee batteries are really awesome. Yeah, we do a lot of hay. So we're getting all our hay equipment going. We do a lot of row cropping, a lot of organics, a lot of sprayable. It's just basically me and my dad most of the time, so it's a lot of work. My brother lives in Louisiana most of the time. This would probably cost us about $400 for the tire guys to come out here and do this. So little things like this save money. See how bad we got this thing stuck last year. There's a good video on my YouTube channel of me pulling this thing out with a 4255. I need Yankum ropes to send me a free rope. Ready for the next one? Here's the rear housing of the 8640. It cracked. We had to get it replaced. See that? That weighs about 1,000 pounds, I bet. And there's all the gears on top of it. A lot of tires around here. Lots of tires. Lots of tires. See, this is the feeder house chain that we had to replace this year on the 6620. We replaced this chain, got 2 hours out of it. My dad sent a rock through it and blew it up again. It's a lot of work. We had to change the feeder house. Get that spacer all the way up. We put extra spacers on our 1370 and our 4255 and our 4430, and it gives a little more traction, a little more grip. I think they're 18-inch spacers, 18 extra inches. Makes them look real mean. Anybody want to go on the swing? That's what you call a hillbilly swing. Come up there. Then we changed out the radiator on this thing, trans cooler. It's been a project for us. John Deere had this tractor for like 6 months. We went and got it, drove it for like 2 weeks, and I had to go back in the shop. I appreciate John Deere for doing that. So it took about a year to get it dialed in. Hopefully in the next few weeks we can try her out. Once you get the proper height, this is pretty easy with 2 guys. You just gotta not be fighting yourself. I'm sure there's farmers out here watching this saying how hard we're making it on ourselves, but we'll get her done. This thing's so touchy. Stupid deeks. So what he does, he sticks as a draw pin in there and keeps it lined up, and then he tries getting a couple in and then he draws it in with the electric gun. Yeah, this John Deere's done really good for us. 5075E. I think it's like a 2003 or something like that, and we did have to replace a clutch on it, but that's well worth it other than going to buy a new one. I think it was like $3 grand or something for a clutch. John Deere did it. I think this is our newest tractor, this John Deere here. If this thing was 4-wheel drive, it'd be a beast. This is perfect with a hay rake on it, or you can bale with it. Put a nice 570 baler on there. Good for round bales. Good for raking. Nice turn radius. What? George, I think we got her. Only took 6 months. You actually got her. Who would have guessed? I lost a buck to myself. A shaving cloth? Well, you know what John Denver did? He took that old country music award and he burned it right there with his lighter.
Might have burned something with my lighter.
Is the loader self-leveling? No, it is not. The way you know if it's level to the ground is there's an indicator on all these tractors.
It has a float setting.
Yeah, there's a float. Yeah, see, there's an indicator right here. And once this lines up perfectly with this, it's on the ground. Little tricks of the trade. A couple short.
Something shop.
Yeah, they got kicked around for quite a while. They want you to do a burnout. They said do a burnout with this thing.
I'll rip a smoky burnout in my new $500 ship box over there.
Where do I live? We live in Michigan by Ann Arbor. This is called Whitmore Lake, Michigan around here. We're about an hour from the Ohio line. And then he's from the Baton Rouge area in Louisiana. St. Francisville area. That's where his old stomping grounds are at. Well, good job. What do you got to say for yourself? You finally accomplished something.
I'm going to have me a victory smoke and go do a donut on my three-wheeler.
Alright. I'll show you guys some other tractors real quick. We're selling this tomorrow to a guy in Ohio. This thing has been the biggest pain in the ass I've ever had. So my grandpa bought this tractor new in 1990. It's a 4255 John Deere. This is my favorite tractor. This thing's a beast. This thing's perfect for everything. We got nice sized duals for it. The spacers. We just got this 920 flex head this year with about a month left in the harvest. We broke the other combine and this head came with it. This is my grandpa's semi. He bought this and we still use it. Has a nice Cummins in it. This head's really nice. I love this thing. This is our sprayer we haven't used yet. This is going to save us like 100 grand this year, spraying our own stuff. This thing's in really nice condition. We got it from an old man about 3 hours away. So this right here, we're probably the only people in Michigan running one of these. This is a 653A row crop head. It looks like a corn head, but this is actually for 30-inch row soybeans. See? The reason we bought this thing is we had some organic crops that got swamped out with weeds, and this thing cuts a little better than the flex head. It really was. I cut 6-foot tall weeds with this thing, sucked it right through. So we bought this last year. This is probably one of my favorite pieces of equipment. It has a buddy seat. Get to bring dates in there. This is a 9400. I think it's like a 89 or 90. Little undersized, but perfect for me. I'm used to this guy. This is what I was raised on, and this is what I've used my whole time farming. This is like a 82, I think it is. 6620 turbo. This is a pretty old girl. This thing broke down so many times last year. We just said forget it and went and got the 9400. The guy, we paid like an extra $1,000. The guy delivered the 9400 and the header cart, and 15 minutes later I was in a field cutting soybeans, so you can't beat it. This is one of our biggest money makers right here, believe it or not. This is a 570 New Holland, and we got this in a barn find that only had like 10,000 bales run through it. I think we bought this for like 11K, and I mean, this thing is just like Prince money for us. We do a lot of hay. This thing's real nice and consistent. You can really stuff them through with this guy. This is the first baler me and Dad bought together. This is a 311 New Holland, and it's a little undersized, but it's perfect when you just throw it on that little John Deere loader tractor and knock out some bales. You can, with those two in the same field, you can really, you can do like 8 or 10 loads in a day, thrower wagons. And for our little production, that works great, We had this whole barn full of hay this year. Both sides, all the way down, and then the middle was open. This year what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this side and work this way and try putting like 10 to 20,000 bales in here, hopefully, and just make money with it all year. What I like about these New Hollands is they have the electric. This is the adjuster for speed, and then it's hydraulics to make the chute go left and right. Real nice and consistent. The only problem with these New Hollands, if anybody's wondering, is if you're going around a corner and it's all the way bent, and you shoot a bale, it'll cut the strings on it from the heat from these belts here. Yeah, this thing's really nice. This 9400, an older gentleman owned it, and he decided to upgrade, and the only person that ever did any maintenance on this was John Deere, so this thing's in like perfect working order. This was such a big upgrade for me, it's like night and day. I could sit in this thing all day. Look how close it is. Barely fits. I had this thing, and within 20 minutes of using this, I was on a date with this girl. Man, that was worth the money I paid. Yeah, I like this thing. I think I'm going to buy me a 9500 in the next few years. My grandpa bought this round baler in 1990, the same time he bought the 4255 John Deere. He traded in a few things and bought these two things. Last year this thing made 500 round bales or more for us, and we sold every one of them, so this thing probably paid for itself just last year. That's the name of the game, using old crap. Tight fit. My grandpa bought this John Deere 4020 in 1967 from a traveling salesman. Hey, what's up, Germany? Appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, this thing has made our family more money than you can imagine. This is the kind of tractor that builds a farm, and then other people's tractors, the farm pays for the tractor. This paid for the farm right here. This was the main plow tractor. I think this thing has 90 to 95 horse, I'm pretty sure. She's pretty tired though. It has the original motor and trans in it, and it could really go get redone. We keep this thing on a baler, rake, really good for raking, baling. This thing is perfect. So I found this tractor in the field with the 8640 that we were just working on putting the duals on. This thing fired right up. It sat for 8 years. This is one of my grandpa's. I think he's owned this since 1985. This thing is a beast. This thing is a straight workhorse. Check this thing firing up. This thing has been running 3 months. I bet she'll fire right up. Straight piped her. That thing's a beast. I love that sound. 504 cubic inch. This guy right here is the first tractor me and Dad bought together. I think we got this for $18,500. 4430 John Deere, same year as this. Look at that baby's sounding good. We gotta fix a pulley on this thing. We're gonna do that now. It has a pulley in the front to the alternator in it, and when you rev it up too fast, it'll start slipping and make a whining noise. This motor could probably get redone. Yeah, this is one of my favorites just because me and Dad bought this together, and we got this and it was just being used for a food plot. So it's low hours, we believe. Put a little paint on it and stuff. 4430. So this is a 1976, I think. We just put brand new grips on it. These tires are crazy expensive, but man, make all the difference. So this is a really good, nice disc tractor. This is good for the hay bine, round bales, all kinds of stuff. So here's one of my favorite purchases. Me and Dad were using an old hay bind. I think it's a 572 hay bind, I think it was. And we moved to this guy. This is a 2024 Heston Massey Ferguson. This thing is a game changer. You can swivel it both ways, center swivel, so you can open up a field really easy. And then if you're going into smaller fields, it'll follow behind you and track, so you're not scratching up on the trees. Another good thing about this thing is it has the disc that you can replace really easy. It takes seconds and you can replace this whole thing. What you doing, Goosey? Stupid eat. This right here, my grandpa bought with the 4255 on the round baler the same time. This is a 1989 750 grain drill. This thing's made so much money for the family, you wouldn't believe it. We probably did $600 worth of maintenance on this thing, and it's all ready to go. And hopefully we'll do 500-600 acres of soybeans with this at least. This is one of the newest models. There's a serial number on this thing, and it says it's like the 80th ever built 750. It's pretty wild. Oh yeah, right there. See, 836th 750 ever built. And this is one of the most common grain drills ever built. We bought this as a pup last year. That thing's for sale if anybody's looking. This is one of my grandpa's old trailers, pretty rusted out. We bought this wheeler last year, or the year before. Thing's pretty cool, it matches our semi real well. Here's one of our hustles that we do. This is a self-serve hay stand. So people just come out through the day and they purchase their hay for their horses or goats or whatever. We're making this area organic hay this year. We're gonna fill it all up and charge a little extra for organic hay and straw. This is how we load all the hay in the barn. We have way too many diffs. I think we have 5 or 6 diffs and rollers. That's one of them crumbler rollers over there. Man, this thing looks better. So we bought this Case IH from our relatives in Iowa. It was on a dairy farm. We have about 13 horse stalls down here, and we don't have one horse. Kind of a waste of space. So we bought this, what, 2 years ago from our relatives in Iowa, Georgia's. This thing was on a dairy farm, so it's pretty rough, but man, this thing's a beast. If this thing was brand new, it'd probably be my favorite tractor. This thing will pull a house. What do you think, Goosey? Well, I appreciate you guys watching. Glad we got that done. If you guys could like and subscribe, I'll post a bunch more videos of that E640. And I hope you guys all have a good day.